Välkomna till Utländska språkronden.
Hello everyone and welcome to the judging portion of the foreign language round. After Mark had joined us last week and practically brought this competition to the ground and caused Petri to have a heart attack, we are back to our regular panel of judges. And also to go with our foreign language theme, I will be doing the entire judging portion in French, Petri will be doing it in Swedish, and Andrea will be doing American Sign Language, and we will do our best to convey our ideas to one another. So, how is everyone doing?
Jo, det är alldeles utmärkt med mig. Det funkar alldeles utmärkt, ja. Det kan vi göra.
Moi aussi. Je suis en accord. Andrea, que penses-toi?
Aloha.
Excellent.
Aloha. I'll just say aloha.
That's not Japanese.
I know. I'm supposed to do American Sign Language, and aloha is the only thing I know how to spell in sign language.
Too bad we're not doing video, because I can also speak sign language, but that's Swedish.
I thought because of the long pause you were speaking sign language, so I was just nodding.
Should be interesting. No, okay. I just want to say that personally, I cannot find one single person that deserves to be eliminated, so it's getting really tough for me this time.
I can
how
find
about you
one.
Guys?
I can find a couple.
Really?
I have one. I have one
two.
in particular.
I have two.
Oh, I was thinking that maybe this deliberation was going to be less dramatic when
it'll be less
Mark
dramatic
is not
because
here, but it seems
it'll
like
be less. You're gonna agree with you'll agree with my decision, but
we'll see.
We're only going to eliminate one person this time.
I know,
Yeah.
but I have two.
I think you're not gonna agree with mine, Andrea. I have a suspicion.
Probably not. But I mean, who could disagree with the fact that we're kind of short? So as it is, and
Yeah, well, unfortunately at the time of this deliberation, Sam and Iris have not submitted, so
I vote for them both to go. No, just kidding.
Yeah,
Those are my two.
Technically, if they don't submit, then they're obviously both
If
going.
they don't submit, you must acquit. No, wait, that doesn't work.
Yes,
Oh, no.
if they happen to submit after the deliberation, we're going to discuss in the text chats.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss and check,
But we're gonna treat this as if they're not going to submit, so their penalty
okay.
is missed feedback as of now.
okay. Darn it, you just took away my two, the ones I wanted to get rid of. Okay.
Yeah, but we're. Andrea, you can't.
That
you
was
can't
such an
cheat
easy
like
choice,
that.
though. It was an easy choice because they never submitted, so I didn't have to get rid of anybody. They got rid of themselves, and you took that away from me.
Yeah, but I said that we're still going to eliminate one because there still needs to be a competition.
Okay.
And we
Okay.
still need to go down to 3 for the finale, so there's still 2 more eliminations to go anyway.
Damn it.
And I don't think we should have too many non-elimination rounds.
Yeah, I
personally.
suppose.
Even though it's
But they're still stars.
really hard. Yes, I know. Yeah.
They're still stars.
Nick
so.
and I have a star, but
Yes.
I can't promise I'm gonna use it this season.
Let's start with Phoebe.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the issues we had with Phoebe last time was that we thought that Phoebe was performed all right, but was definitely in the wrong song style. And I think this round was completely the opposite, where the song choice matched the voice completely, and Phoebe really captured the emotion and feel of the song, knew when to keep it soft, but add a little bit of extra power that fits for that genre. And many singers have that style that they excel at more than others, and this is certainly one of Phoebe's, and I really, really enjoyed what Phoebe brought to the table this round. Somewhat of an abrupt ending, but everything up to that was very enjoyable.
Definitely, I love her. I mean, okay, I love everyone this round, so you can't trust my opinion here. But okay, to be honest, my contribution in this deliberation is going to be quite limited because I don't have that many notes, because I think everyone did exceptionally well this round. I think, Phoebe, you are one of the best talents to ever come out of this show, in my opinion. You have such an ethereal, beautiful voice that's perfect almost every single time I hear it. But I do worry that you don't have that much versatility, which is one of the premises of this competition. So that's something you're gonna have to show the next round if you happen to make it.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Your voice is very soft in this, like it always is. That's also one of the reasons I need to say that, because I haven't heard you go that far out of your comfort zone yet.
Yeah.
But in terms of your soft J-pop voice, I actually still remember your song from the last time you did foreign languages. that French song. That was one of my top 3 entries from seasons 1 to 4. So I was really hoping to hear that from you again, that kind of whispery, airy, ethereal kind of voice. That's such a dangerous weapon here, because I have never heard any other singer sound like that in this competition, or just in general. I mean, you have such a unique voice. So yeah, you're doing really well. Sorry, I don't have that many notes this time, because
Yeah, it's tough.
yeah, I really liked all of these entries.
And the sad thing is, you guys both said basically what I was going to say. Like, I agree with Nick that I think this was a perfect genre for her. This was a perfect song for her. I think it was on point. She has a beautiful voice. And I've said multiple times already this season that she is on par with some of the greatest J-pop singers, in my opinion. But then I'm also on Petri's side, where I'm a little worried that it's going to be the same entry every week. I mean, all artists have a niche, but they still sometimes will sing outside of their genre. Like, it's kind of like comedians. I mean, like a comedian who's funny all the time, and then all of a sudden you see him in a serious movie or in a dramatic role on television where they just break out and they do something completely opposite of what you would expect from them. I mean, even though you have your niche, you still have some versatility. Just like artists, they paint in a certain style, but then sometimes you see a painting and when you see the name of the artist, you're like, really? That's usually not his I never would have guessed that was him. Or, you know, you have a singer who's like singing country and then all of a sudden they're singing a rock song, and there's a versatility even when you have a niche. And I'm just worried that we're going to be getting the same thing week to week to week.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, no, for sure. It'll be interesting to see how Phoebe fares out in the next round, provided that they make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because next round is going to be musicals, so that
Yeah.
should be interesting.
And
That should be. There's so much you can do with musical theater
if she makes it.
if she makes it.
that's correct.
Because I do wonder, there wasn't that much dynamics in this, right? Do you agree?
I felt there was a little bit. Like there were certain
I
parts
do.
where they put a bit more power behind certain parts and then brought it down to that whisper. There was a little bit of playing around.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think there was a little more dynamic, but
But my worry is that, are we going to get the exact same thing if Phoebe
Yeah.
makes it to the finale?
Yeah, and since
'cause
everyone did,
I love it.
yeah, and since everyone did
But-
so well this round, I really had to nitpick, and I did notice
Yeah.
a bit of a whiny quality in the very beginning, or somewhere in the beginning of phrase there.
See, I didn't notice that, but
No, no, well,
I didn't pick up on that either.
I absolutely love her voice. At the same time, I'm concerned for the competition about versatility. That's my only concern with her when it comes to her vocals or anything like that, is just versatility. But otherwise, I absolutely love her. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see what happens.
yeah, I mean, whiny is a bit harsh. I was trying
Yeah.
to find a better word, but I don't know. Maybe
See, now, I didn't hear anything that I could really nitpick or complain about vocally. I mean, I heard some dynamics. I mean, she could have done some things, maybe get a little bit more dynamic. But I mean, I liked what I heard, except it's what I'm always hearing from Phoebe.
Okay, let's go on to Scott then, because that's gonna be
Okay.
interesting to hear how you landed on that, because I feel it may be a bit polarizing. But
Perhaps.
Polarizing.
maybe. But Scott, I think this was so awesome. I mean, I've never heard a singer sound like that in this competition before, in any of the seasons. You are showing such variety with your vocal texture, more variety than most of the contestants here. You are not just showing versatility within different genres, but also within the rock genre, and that's something that shouldn't be underestimated. My only problem with this is that there was a big part of the song that you didn't sing in, and this is a singing competition, so that was a bit of a dangerous choice. I don't know how the other judges are gonna feel about that, but from what I did here, I was blown away, so I love this.
Yeah.
So what did you think?
While I don't necessarily think that Scott performed this badly, I thought that this was a good performance. I thought that the song choice was terrible.
Oh.
Yeah, and let me preface this by saying that I absolutely love Rammstein. They're actually one of my favorite bands, so it's is not that I don't like the genre or the music. I absolutely love this kind of style, but I don't think that vocally this was a good choice for a singing competition. In the verses, it's mostly just spoken to begin with, and then in the choruses, there's not really too much to really dissect. It's very safe. It's not exactly very difficult or challenging. I mean, the high harmonies were interesting. I thought they sounded a little shrill, and Scott did do something in the end with kind of like a rising set of harmonies that I enjoyed, but beyond that, it just felt like something you'd hear more at a karaoke bar as opposed to in a singing competition compared to some of the song choices from the other competitors.
I can honestly say I don't think I've ever heard Rammstein at a karaoke bar.
No, not me either.
Oh, you gotta.
I can honestly say that, and I've been to a few.
Yeah. Okay.
The one that I frequent every couple times, there's someone
Really?
who does this song in particular. Yeah, someone that does
Maybe it's a
Du Hast.
Canadian
With that
thing.
vocal quality, that's
not
a no.
as good.
That's a no.
Not as good. No, I'm not denying Scott's talent. I just think this was a poor song choice.
I can really see your point there, because I was kind of leaning to that at first. But then I remember that not everyone can do that voice. That is, I mean, that grit and that low voice. That is such a rare find in this competition. I'm gonna hold on to the next Rammstein, okay? So I can't say I'm on your side there.
Yeah.
And as
Okay,
far as
so-
safe goes, how was this safe? Because it was a risk to do a Rammstein song, considering that there isn't that much melodic singing in it. It's a lot of talking, and this is more about how he could transform his voice than pure singing. I mean, pure hitting the notes and conveying the emotion and everything. This is more about, wow, look at my voice. I mean, or not look at my voice, hear my voice and what I can do, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I think I think safe might not have been the best word. What I was trying to convey is that though it's a cool technique, there's very little challenge to singing this song.
Yeah. Well,
It's not a hard song to sing, and if you know how to add that grit, that like du hast, it's not hard to do at all.
But that's a big if, because not everyone has that grit
yeah.
in their voice. So yeah, I don't think this was safe, but it
Yeah.
was safe regarding the range that it showed, because there wasn't that much range in this. I agree with that.
And
Yeah.
I could have sworn that in previous rounds that at least one of you had issues with Scott not showcasing range.
Did we?
I think it was during the
During it cut off. Did his audio disappear
Are you still
again?
there, Nick? Nick?
I have
Nick
a
is
feeling
gone.
this is going
That's
to
okay,
be...
because I don't agree with Nick anyway, so...
Now he can't talk back to us. Yay.
So now we can't talk back. While Nick is figuring that out, I'm just going to go in with what I thought. I mean, I can see what Nick is saying about the song itself maybe not being a great song choice for this kind of a competition. However, you know me and Scott from his season, right? You know all of the complaints that I had during that season. And one of my main complaints was that he was always coming in too hot. Like he would start at 100% and have nowhere to go. Now, considering the source material, I do have to admit it shows his versatility and it shows the control that I didn't see last time he sang because on his previous season. Because with this song, I can completely see him going overboard and coming in at 120 with nowhere else to go. But yet I felt like he had that control. He had that versatility. He had the range. Might not have been my ideal song. I mean, I don't listen to a lot of, Rammstein, but at the same time, me personally, I think that this is the Scott I wanted to see his last season. With this song, I could see him just going crazy, and I was thinking, oh boy, as soon as I turn this on, I'm gonna have to turn my headphones down because I'm just gonna my ears are gonna bleed. And he actually had control where he did not overdo it, and he didn't come in too hot. So I have to give him major props for that, at least.
I love you, Andrea. I needed that after Nick.
This is my mean week.
That's your mean week.
It's finally coming
You're
out.
Mark.
And yeah, you picked a song I absolutely love, but I still didn't like it.
No, but
Oh, boy.
in the... I guess we can talk about this in the voting, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Possibly. Okay, Andrea, your turn.
Well, why don't we go with Ginga? Because we haven't talked about Ginga yet. No, I actually have heard this song before. So the song was a little weird for me at first because I was expecting to hear a slightly lighter, more airy voice like Phoebe. But when we got to the chorus, by the time I started listening to it and really getting into it, everything just pulled together for me. The emotion, the quality of that more gritty, slightly deeper voice, I actually found appealing. And I just really started to enjoy the way it sounded and the way it was all pulled together. And I actually think this is one of my favorite entries from Ginga so far this season.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to add that you didn't already say. I pretty much feel the same way about that performance.
Oh, okay.
Particularly with this round, I think this was one of my favorite performances in terms of dynamic and voice control as well. I think Ginga really nailed all the little nuances and dynamics with this song. I wasn't familiar with the original version, so I don't know how it differs from it, but I thought that this particular rendition was fantastic.
Ooh.
It was great.
It's
it was great. I think she made it. I think Ginga made it better in my opinion. I heard an ooh from Petri, but before Petri goes into his ooh, I just want to say that I think Ginga somehow, in my opinion, made this a little bit better. I liked the deeper, slightly more gritty quality to the song that the song didn't previously have. The song, like I said, would have been more of a Phoebe song, but I actually like the way Ginga pulled this song together and kind of changed it a little bit. And I wasn't on board with it the first few notes. The first few notes kind of was just like, I was a little bit scared about where it was going, but then Ginga pulled everything together and I was just like, I was wowed by this particular one. Like I said, by this particular song, it wowed me and I was just like, I didn't think Ginga could do it, but Ginga did it.
Yeah.
And now we go to Petri, who disagrees.
Well, like I said, no one deserves to be eliminated this round because Ginga, you did amazingly. I mean, this was very dynamic and the emotion was palpable. But like I said, I need to be nitpicky since everyone did so well, and I did notice a few flat spots, such as in the last phrase before that last that you sang, because the very last vowel was very beautiful. It was such a soft ending, and that's what I wanted from you, to hear a bit more of your soft voice, because you tend to be too hard sometimes when you sing. So I really love that, and I really love this performance, but this was the only performance of the 5 that I found jarring at times, so I have to disagree with them to that extent. I don't think this was flawless, and everyone else was pretty much flawless, so yeah.
Screw you.
And Andrea's gonna kill me with Nick's help.
Yes, I am.
With
Yes,
Nick's
I am.
help.
Yes, it begins.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's about what you're looking for, what you prioritize, because this was one of the most emotional performances of the season. So I was really debating with myself on what I felt about this, but when it comes down to nitpicking, this really stood out to me.
See, now, for me, when it comes to this performance, like I said, the emotion definitely was there.
Yes.
And again, Ginga kind of changed it. And it wasn't the same, it wasn't like a mimic of the original content. It was Ginga from start to end. And that's what I like. It was full of personality, it was full of emotion, and I didn't even, because of all of that, I didn't notice any of the like nitpicky flats or sharps that you might have heard. Maybe in one spot I did, but for me, I think that this was one of those where the personality was just thrown into the song and you almost believe that this was a song made specifically for Ginga and that it wasn't some song from somewhere else that had a whole different tonality to it and a whole different vibe behind it. It just felt like a Ginga song, and that's why I just really loved it.
Yeah, if you can make a song your own, you're gonna win people over, definitely.
Yeah.
And I still love this, so don't take it too personally. But we have to
Take
be
it
hard.
personally, Ginga. Take it personally and go after him.
We have to be
Just
hard
take it to him.
in an all-star
Yeah, I
season,
know.
like you
I
said
know.
last time. So that's what I'm being.
I know, but you're wrong.
Because only one person can win. You have to be
I
flawless.
know, but you're wrong.
No, okay.
But you're wrong, though. No, okay.
Should we move on?
Okay.
I'm sure we'll discuss more about this.
Yeah, I think there's only one left. Arya.
I think there are two.
No, there
two?
are two.
'Cause we-
Arya and Kelsey.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Kelsey. Oh, that's right. Kelsey. I didn't scroll up high enough. There we go.
Okay, let's start with Kelsey then, since you seem to forget about her for some reason.
Well, I didn't forget. I thought that was the first one we did because I scrolled down to find Scott and Kelsey disappeared from my page. So I thought we were already done with Kelsey. I have a very, very, very short-term memory. So, okay, so we'll start with Kelsey. Now, I used my star on Kelsey the last episode. And I explained why I did it, even though I didn't agree that she should have been the one saved. In the end, Mark and Nick did say that for them, she was safe. And if majority vote rules, then I just didn't feel it was fair to kick her off because of one of Markisms. Markism. That's how we're going to, from now on, we're just going to call it a Markism. It's a Markism. And I just didn't feel right. I said, you know what? I personally would have loved to have kept Trinity because I just felt like Trinity gave us more, but it wasn't fair to kick her off based on a Markism. So I was really listening closely to this because of the fact that I did use my star, and I'm like, well, that's the only star I got. For me, I definitely heard the energy that I said she did not have the last episode. I heard it. It sounded like she was having fun with the song. It just sounded like she put more of herself into the song. Now, there were a few phrases to me that sounded like she didn't take in enough breath, and so she couldn't quite reach the end, and then the note would fall a little flat. But otherwise, I definitely think this is the opposite of what I saw the last episode, and it makes me feel like I didn't waste my star. So at least I'm happy about that.
Yeah, that was a good start to use, Andrea, definitely. And I completely agree with you there that this was so much different from last round. I actually disagree with you that she often lacks emotion in her singing, because to me, both in the first round and this round, the emotion was there. And her voice is so vibrant again. I mean, I hate to repeat myself, but that's the best word to describe it. She has such life in her voice. I mean, I can really feel who she wants to be as an artist. And I really liked her use of vibrato in this. It was very stylistic to me. And her voice is so bright, and I really liked it. I don't have that many notes.
Yeah. Like I said, at least I feel that I didn't waste my star, but Nick doesn't agree with us.
He doesn't.
Wait, what? How dare you
I'm trying
assume
to get some drama in here, people.
that
Come on.
I disagree? I was going to say that, Kelsey, the issues I had with your performance last round, I don't have those same performances this time. I think that it was great. I think that you really brought that emotion in your delivery, and I think I heard a little bit of a pitch issue during the first quarter of the song, but it was only for a little second, and then the rest of it was very pleasant, very, very wonderful to listen to, and you really took some of the criticisms that were given last round and used that to drastically improve your performance for this round.
Yep.
Yes. And French is such a romantic language too, and it really suits for her voice, that soulful, rich voice with that vibrato and everything. I mean, such a genius choice, and I'm really glad that that you ended up doing this song, because I needed that. I think we all needed that. We needed to hear why you should still be here, and I heard it. I don't know about you guys, but yeah.
Yeah, see, I did. Like I said, there was just so much more energy, and it just sounded like she was having fun. And that is completely what I did not hear the previous episode, and that was why I was voting her to go home that episode. So this kind of was like a redemption for me, and it made me feel better about using my star. So
Yes.
For sure. Kelsey really captured the whimsicality of the song.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we have only one left, and that's Arya.
Yes.
Arya.
So Arya, I can really hear that you are classically trained, because this was a very nice operatic performance. I really love this. Your voice is so ethereal in this, and so, I mean, it was just really pleasant to hear. But I did notice that at the 31-second mark, you did lose your tone a little bit, because that wasn't as clean as the rest of the song. And that's such a nitpicky issue, but like I have said, we need to be nitpicky at this point because all of you did really well, so you gotta watch that.
Yeah.
We need to hear that flawless performance if you're gonna be the next top singer.
Yeah, not really much to add other than that. I noticed you really pinpointed it. I was just gonna say somewhere a little bit near the first like minute or so, but you actually got it to that 31-second mark. I didn't really write much else. I wrote very ethereal. I thought that the use of the background harmonies to create that kind of choir effect was very well done for the most part, especially since I'm not too familiar with the original version of this song, but it seems like it is a very harmony dependent song. Very good use of that classical style. And since I'm not too familiar with some of Arya's other work throughout this competition, throughout previous competitions, I mean, this was a very pleasant surprise coming from Arya based on what I've heard so far.
Yeah, we shouldn't actually take the past works into consideration because not all of us have heard them.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can still remember them. And I did remember her doing opera in season 5.
Oh, okay.
But this was so much better. I can really hear how much you have trained yourself. So you deserve big props for that.
Yep.
Andrea?
I don't know what else to really add. I mean, I wrote that the transitions between notes always seem so flawless. The one thing I know Nick... I think Nick's the one who doesn't agree about like vibrato and the use of vibrato.
Yeah.
Me, maybe I think I would have liked just a little bit more of a touch of vibrato in at the end of some of those notes, just a little bit more to kind of lift them a little bit more. But other than that, I think this was a pretty flawless performance, and I just think it had such a mythical kind of an ethereal feel to it. And you can, as you said, definitely tell she's classically trained, and whoever trained her did a damn good job. So.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. And I think she really improved from the last time I judged, so to speak, because I don't feel like there was any real emotion behind that. And this time I could hear it, so she's doing good. So,
oh God.
Do we have our decision?
I
For
believe
me, yes.
so.
I'm not comfortable with it, but I'm okay with
Me
it.
neither.
I just don't like this.
No. This is going to be tough to edit as well. Almost 1.5 an hour. Oh my God.
Et voilà, je pense qu'on a décidé qui doit être éliminé. C'était très difficile et honnêtement, je suis un peu fâché, mais on va éliminer quelqu'un. Et j'espère que vous allez comprendre et pas être trop fâché contre nous, mais je pense que ça c'est tout. Moi, je suis Nick et avec Petri et Andrea. Et à la prochaine fois, on va... Qu'est-ce qu'on va faire? On va faire des... Don't even know how to say musicals. Les musicals.
Pepe Le Pew.
Okay, and now the translation.
Okay. So there we have it. We have had probably one of the most difficult judging sessions to date. It was very, very frustrating with technical difficulties and not agreeing with one another. So hopefully you understand where we're coming from. We do not hate any of you. We love you all and we all think that you are great, but someone has to be eliminated. But we will see where we end up with the next portion of our competition, which is Les Musicals.
Yeah. Det här var definitivt det svåraste beslutet någonsin i den här säsongen. Och jag kan inte fatta att vi kommer göra det här, men någon måste vara där. Så ta det inte personligt, snälla.
IKEA.
Vi ser fram emot nästa rond. And that was, this was one of the hardest decisions ever this season. Or the hardest decision this season. And I can't believe we have to do this. But someone had to be there and don't take it personally. And we look forward to the next round. So.
Okay, and then for my language. Okay, you guys, we got to get out of here, eh? So we'll see you guys next time in musical theater there, eh? Okay. There you go.
I'm offended.
That's Youper.
That is
Youper.
Canadian. You guys are just stealing it.
How dare you? That is Youper.
We were here first.
No, you weren't.
And why is it always IKEA? Is that the only thing you know about Sweden?
No, there's a lot of bands I like from Sweden.
What?
ABBA? Isn't ABBA from Sweden?
Yes, ABBA. I love those.
ABBA?
King, what's his name? King Carl the Great was
Who's the one?
a wonderful man. I'm a big fan of history.
Oh, who's the one that I saw the sign and it opened up my eyes? Who sang that? Weren't they a Swedish band?
I don't know.
You're thinking of is that Ace of Base?
Ace of Base. Yeah,
Are
weren't
they a
from
Swedish
Sweden?
band?
I thought. Weren't they?
let's
I know
quick-
they're blonde.
To the internet.
I didn't know that. I like them.
Oh yeah, they're
Okay, Google.
Swedish. Yep.
Oh.
Ace of Base. Yeah, I
I
know.
love
See,
the
there we go.
Every
There we
Time
go.
It Rains. That's one of my favorite songs.
Jonas Belgren, Lynn Belgren, and Jenny Belgren, or Jenny.
Okay. Jenny Bjellgren, maybe.
Belgren. It's Berggren, so
Aha.
it's Berggren?
Berggren.
Berggren. I'm trying to base it off of the German pronunciation, I know, but Swedish is a little bit different.
Berggren in Stockholmish.
All I know is how to say adieu.
Adjö.
Adios.
Adieu, that's it. Sorry, adieu.
You don't say the D. It's just
Oh,
adjö.
okay, adieu.
Adieu.
And then,
Adieu.
yeah, that and IKEA.
Okay,
IKEA.
let's say adjö for real
All
now
right.
then. Because this is really
Adjö.
long now. So, adjö.
Yes.
Yes.
Adieu.
Adjö.
Adieu.
Thanks for watching. See you soon with the result. Good luck, everyone.